Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to a pretty climactic game state here in Endless Legend. This game is hurtling toward some kind of ending, and I'm not exactly sure what I think is gonna be the outcome. It looks like let's take a moment here and just really assess the situation. Where are we and how are things? It looks like Red has been confined to 4 cities, and they're not like super small cities necessarily. I mean, it looks like 2 of them are only 3 districts. But basically, Red is not really a player in this game. Where's Red at as far as wars go? Could you maybe step out of the way, my friend? Here we go. Red is only at war with Brown currently, and Brown is at war with both Red and the Vaulters. I can't imagine that war is going very well for the necrophages. But you know, we're in a dust eclipse right now, right? So there is that power surge that they always get during the dust eclipse. It is a thing to be wary of. We have an alliance with both Brown and Blue. They are not allied with each other, right? And in fact, Brown is dismissive toward us. Blue feels that we are blood brothers. Common friend, long-term peace, contract to its advantage. That's interesting. I wonder if we gave Brown a contract to their advantage, I wonder if that would move them over to Blood Brothers as well, because we have had a long-term peace with them, and obviously we have common friends. That might be to our benefit. Just give them a little gift so that they do not have any desire to turn on us, and maybe with increased feeling about us will come an increased feeling about Blue, and we can just we can make ourselves a powerful coalition. I don't really have a lot of stuff that they're gonna want. It looks like we give them some dust water. They do love dust orchid. Hold on, I'm down to give you some dust orchid, but I have to make sure I have enough for myself too. So over the next 4 turns, we'll generate a little less than 8 points. We will need 22 to run our booster, so we could probably give them we give them 15 pretty safely. Just give them some things they actually want for nothing at all in exchange for no things. Do you have any? Oh, you have a ton of technologies, but obviously somewhat reluctant to hand them over. That's fine. Here, a gift for you. Hopefully that will upgrade our standing with them in the long term. We still have this thing, which I think we are going to do, despite the fact that... Where are you at on your faction quest? I don't want to give Green the canal locks if they're going to use them to just immediately build the wonder. But actually, nobody has finished their faction quest. Everybody's been very busy. There's been a lot of other stuff going on. So we're only 1 step behind those 2, although that's not really the metric to be concerned about. Wow. That must be 12,000 science there. How did they get up there? Even for a very brief time. How the hell did they manage that? So yeah, we are nowhere near competition there. If something terrible were to happen to both Lilac and Green, then we're in competition for most science output. So right now, Lilac's at war with everybody, right? Everybody except the necrophages, remarkably enough. And who exactly is Green fighting with? Green is just fighting them. That's interesting. I would have expected the necrophages to leap in on that as soon as war battle opened up along this front. Why not sneak in and just try to feast? I don't know. So, if we can assist in the elimination of the Vaulter player, hopefully without actually having to declare real war, because I am not prepared to defend anything except Sharon. If we can help in the defeat of the Vaulter player, then our sort of coalition controls a pretty huge percentage of the world's power and wealth, and it's not hard to imagine getting to some kind of victory from there. We need to try to sew up the bonds here. Like, make sure Brown really likes us. It would be really great if Brown and Blue would become allied, and we could just be a force that drags each other toward victory. Yep, and that's the thing that's happening. Part of me wanting to give them hydrology, obviously, is just wanting to increase the cost of their future technologies. But I guess we don't know which victory tech they took. Maybe they didn't take the science one. Maybe they're not trying to go for a science victory. Maybe they took the one that gives you extra industry, and they are planning on pushing for a wonder victory. Hard to know. It is hard to know. I'm going to refuse. I'm going to say no. We get nothing out of that. So it's entirely like, do I think hydrology actually sneakily hurts them? And I don't feel confident enough that it does. Okay, so we have some other stuff to manage. We need to buy Irken upgrades. So we have to have 6, was it? Is that where we're at on our faction quest? Because at this point, it may well be the case that the faction quest represents the best chance of getting this done. Okay. So 6 upgrades, that is... It's going to be some dye no matter what, and then spices / Titan bones / more dye. There's not a lot of dye available. We will buy everything that's on the market. The spices can totally happen. Let's go ahead and buy all of the spices that we need. Oh, I have to sell something to make this work. You know, Mithrite. Mithrite has become all of a sudden, or Hyperium rather, has all of a sudden become a thing that we have a saleable supply of. You know, maybe I shouldn't be buying from the market, though. Maybe we should be trading stuff off of our friends. So let's see. We have enough dyes. We have enough dye to buy one thing. We have enough spices to buy one thing. So we need either 10 more dye, or we need, what was it, 25 total Titan bones? Let's just go ahead and do this. We know we're going to do this. If we're talking about dyes... own and allied cities in neighboring regions. So we only have the one region in which we can actually plant an Irken, and I'm not sure. Is it even close to anybody who's allied? It's adjacent to green stuff. Okay, I guess it's giving dust boost to blue. They'd probably appreciate that. I don't know if the AI is actually coded to notice that you're doing that and get diplomatic buffs from it. Maybe we'll find out. I'm using my Irkens to your advantage. Please love me. Okay, so now we need to acquire 10 dye or 19 Titan bones. Let's go shopping. Friends, do you have dye or Titan bone? You do not. What about you? Okay, you have some Titan bone, but not enough. You had more than enough spices, but that doesn't really help us now. You have some Titan bone, not enough, but combined with your Titan bone, still not enough? What did we need? We need 29. So yeah, we need 20 on top of what the Morgar have. Are we allowed to resource trade with Red? I'm trying really hard to click Red. The way Brown has moved forward makes it difficult. Okay, and we're not even allowed to resource trade with you because that requires peace. So no, we cannot get there right now. We can maybe get there next turn. How much dye are we bringing in per turn? 2.3. And the Titan bone is 1.8. Okay, yeah. We might be able to make this happen next turn. Oh, well, you know what? The market plus my 2 allies is enough Titan bones. Or the market plus those 2 players is enough Titan bones. Okay, let's get what we can from our friends. I would love access to these, if you wouldn't mind. What can I do? What can I do to make this work? Give you all of the Hyperium? That seems a little harsh. Interesting. They really want enlightened trade, and I feel like it's not actually that good. Like we can do this and then take some resources off of them so that we can run boosters ourselves. Like give me 22 spices or whatever, right? Yeah, and then we just take the deal like this and let it be massively in their favor. And I can just run that myself, as I should. And then you are probably a little bit less interested in trading with me. Do I have a tech I could give you? You don't want any of my stuff. Right, we encountered this problem before. So getting all the Titan bones from them is going to be a task. If we just go to the market, let's say we sell another drop of Hyperium. That puts us 2 short. Can I negotiate 2 Titan bones off of you? Please, sir. Please, just a crumb of fossil. Obviously, Mithrite and Hyperium he'd be interested in. 1 pearl goes a long way. Like a weirdly long way. And sure, I'll give you some emeralds. Why not? Okay, our Urkins are not affected by winter. That's fun. And that'll probably, it'll do the check to move our faction quest forward at the beginning of the next turn. So we've done what we can there. Where is that? So you could get some ruins over here, probably. You can search this. I don't actually have a plan for what we're going to do with the new Urkin. Like, my inclination, I suppose, is to use it for combat, but obviously it's got to get home and heal a little bit. And when I say get home, I mean, like, to this region, because that one's volcanic. Alright, dust and science, all good stuff. Alright, my unit in my territory, so if the Vaulters want it back, they have to declare proper war on me. And I mean, really, there's not much of a reason for them not to. We certainly pose no long-term military threat to them, but I'm hoping they're just too busy. They have too much else going on, and they don't realize that it's a viable move. And I can't plant you anywhere, because we don't have an open region. So yeah, I guess just hide over here. Hide on the road, I suppose. Wait there so you can quickly respond to other things going on. Is there turbulence? Am I... Nope, boat's just faster. Why do you have 8 movement? Huh, I don't even actually know. Oh, right, we picked up bonus movement as part of one of our Empire plans, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So, oh, we're not researching anything. So we are a mere 2 technologies away from entering the final era. It feels like it would be very silly not to take Imperial News Network, right? We're so good at everything. We have so many points of population. And then if we're talking about a wonder victory, Advanced Quarry is something. If we're talking about a wonder victory, there's stuff we probably go back and get. But we should take Imperial News Network for sure. And we don't really have anything worth building here, so I kind of think maybe we just focus on science for a bit. You know, Scientific Envoy is actually kind of meaningful. That's a source of science. Let's get that built, and then we'll do a little bit more tech focus. And we're just looking for opportunities to clip Vaulter armies that are out of position, but we must remember that they have stealthy armies. They have used the Ghost Force, and so we are not necessarily safe to jump them when it looks like we're safe to jump them. Let's start by making sure my army gets back to friendly territory. Well, I guess we can search a ruin on the way. Now, it would be really great if the Vaulters went down without needing my assistance. If Blue and Brown together could just handle this. And it's entirely possible that they can. But at the very least, Brown has a very large and powerful army. We know that. But I won't feel secure. I won't feel secure if we help either, but I will feel securer. You know, I'll be closer. We'll be closer. So dust and science. Who doesn't love a little bit of dust and science? Okay, apparently there's a pretty serious siege going on over there. Minus 72. I don't even see besieging army. Maybe they're stealthed? I don't know. The sort of broad availability of Ghost Force is pretty scary. No, run away. Ah. You asshole. Wow, we found 25 mithrite in that ruin. We did this. Defeat the roaming lice armies in Ardim and Gogthal to get the Urkin lice research. Oh, this will give us the unit design for Urkin lice so that we can actually, like, retrofit them and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, so a massive army came out of nowhere and attacked us, despite the fact that I was desperately trying to move the entire time they were approaching. Again, they can attack us without having to formally declare war, as long as we're not in our own territory. Let's jump over to here. We might like go home and do a troop swap for some fresh bodies. They're still feeling pretty dismissive about us. They want Plow Factory now, and they would give us a commercial agreement, which I don't... That doesn't seem fair. They don't even want the commercial agreement. Interesting. They view that as a concession they are making to me. They will not trade me a tech back. I think... No, I think we're good. There's only so much free stuff I want to give them. Alright, we'll keep building that up. We have run out of Quicksilver. That's kind of whatever. Not too concerned about that one. So, you're healing relatively quickly. I guess I probably don't jump back and grab units. I probably have the units jump out here, right? There aren't that many of them, though. Oh, also, all of these units should be retrofitted up to the modern design, which is only slightly better. All right, I'm going to separate you out. We'll grab the 2 Epitanes, have them fungal teleport up to here. Huh. Also, I did not want to grab you. I don't know why that unit came out. I also don't know why the teleport didn't happen. There we go. Okay, yeah. You can tell, like, the AI armies are still moving around a lot and stuff, and it really is. There's still a lot of hitching going on, I think, as a result. All right, you don't have your action points, so you can't teleport home, but that is what you will do, and you'll just jump in the garrison down there. All right, it shouldn't take too long for our units to heal up here in friendly non-volcanic territory. I don't know for sure where we're going to be able to provide much assistance, but hopefully we'll be able to do something. So Blue's got a lot of forces moving up here. And a lot of these Vaulter cities have recently changed hands. You can see they have no garrison and no fortification. So hopefully Blue will just be able to collapse this stuff. Green's at war with them here. Brown has a lot of army, but not a lot of army in the right spots. You can see there's a lot of things like on the northeast shore. So yeah. I don't know. Also, we gotta find those lice armies. So Ardim and Gogthal. That's the Ardim lice army right there. Where's Gogthal? Gogthal is further south, but not so much further south. So how dangerous are these lice? What are we looking at stat wise? Oh, they are nothing. In fact, they are tiny and weak. Okay, we can handle that. So you're probably not actually going anywhere, not yet anyway. We can grab ourselves a little bit more science here. I have not been doing the math. I am curious, though, exactly how much science we've gotten from the Kapaku trait. It must be a lot, right? Yeah, wow. All of the units healed almost back to full in a single pulse of healing. All right. There goes my there go all of my, what do you call it? Confluxes, but we're still mighty fast, and we still have friendly roads to run along. Let's get over here and consume some lice. I do not like seeing another victory notification. That makes me very nervous. Who is doing even more? And why don't they not do that instead? All right, this is completely trivial. Can I make it back to my own territory? Not to bail on you or anything, Blue, but you know. Alright, what is this? The Morgar are like 30% of the way to an economic victory. They have achieved much dust. This is not a problem for us. If they win right now, we also win. So I think I will allow it. Okay. Definitely want to get the Imperial News Network up. Oh, and we do have another burrow available. I think one of our... Is this city being sieged by lice? Is that what's happening? It is. It's the lice army. Okay. That's very fixable. We have an overgrown ruin... Yeah, I was going to say somewhere down there. At Fritta, apparently. Unfortunately, we will not be able to access you this turn, but Khazar gained so much health. Now, we do have to be careful, because our Urkin could get grabbed by Vaulter forces while we're running it here. So I'm going to give this a second. Let's let the enemy run out all of their movement before we commit the Urkin to anything. We'll finish picking up defense on units. 25 bonus defense on all your units is pretty good. Such an aggression during Cold War. Hey, you're one to talk, lady. The Hydromials run out. The home city is building as fast as it can. Why are you not allowed to get in the garrison? Oh, you can't. You can't do that with 0 movement, but you're like literally on the tile already. Why not just... Oh, whatever. It's fine. So, one more research before we move into the final era. Is it scientific specialization for a massive, massive total science boost? It's so hard to know what our best path to victory is going to be at this point. I'm going to grab scientific specialization and we'll see. You know, it is flexible at the very least. If we decide we're not going to try to push for technologies because the victory would just take way too long, which I think is probably a thing that is true, then at the very least with scientific specialization, we can get the double industry tech or the double, you know, whatever. We can turn that into some kind of bonus that matters no matter what. So, flexible plan. Because, you know, at turn 104, there's no good reason that you should, like, have figured out how you're trying to win or anything. Do you think this Marine's actually alone? You think we just run down there and eat him? I am concerned. If we go for it and it works, it'll be awesome. It'll be good for relations, is what I mean. Like, Blue would like me very much. But if I go for it, it doesn't work, then I will be very sad. Am I sure this is gonna work? Yes, you have 4,000 health. You'll be fine. I will not be killed by lice. That is not going to happen. An Urkin that has had time to grow. Yeah, it's level 8, and then also has been involved in battles and stuff. Yeah, of course it's huge and terrifying. So we're going to execute that move as quickly as possible at the beginning of the next turn. And with that, I guess we're good. I do have a question, which is, do we still finish the Imperial News Network if we're not on industry? No. And we get less done toward the borough streets as well. Where did I put those? Where do I want them to be is the question. We probably have enough... yeah, we probably have enough happiness that we don't need to... we don't need to build for leveling stuff up. So we can just like build out like this to get the maximum number of additional tiles. But then we do also get bonuses for leveled up districts, like the Climatology Guild gives extra science on leveled up districts. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. We will continue to level and also get 2 new tiles. That's fine. So it looks like blue should be able to take this stuff, I would hope, with the number of troops and heroes and geoses and whatnot that we're seeing there. I don't know what we're gonna do with our hero next turn. Alright, let's execute this move as quickly as possible. So this is still phase 6 of our faction quest. There is another whole thing after this before we can even start considering the post-faction quest victory stuff, and we have no idea what it will be, so it may still be the case that we're going to hit a wall here. Look at them, sieging Lioneth down 12 points of fortification at a time. Truly a terrifying foe. And based on what we're seeing here, it does seem like... Oh, that's a cliff. Oh, well, that sucks. All right. Well, walk around it. I never see the cliffs. This time just a raw map exchange. Still no. Still not interested. You're headed for that one. You're just getting in the garrison. So that garrison's not actually full. We should definitely put one more unit in there. And then we'll get scientific specialization. I'm going to overflow as much science as possible on that. Really? Really? That makes the Epitane take more than a turn? Okay, hold on. We're going to reallocate bodies here because I do want this stuff done in one so that we can start the scientific specialization. But we're also going to just overflow as much as we can. We are fine-tuning our outputs. Okay, there it is. This is how many people it takes. Yeah, I will say it does seem like blue's having a hard time, like, actually closing here. A lot of this stuff looks very vulnerable. Maybe I should declare war? That city's empty, as far as we can tell. What if I just went for it? So we're at Cold War with you. The situation hasn't, like, changed meaningfully. No, okay, you're still in the grips of war with every player on the table. For the crime of having generated a victory notification first, which is exactly the kind of thing that gets you killed in these games. You gotta be ahead, but not, like, too ahead. So if we declare war, what happens? The capital is not super well defended, but it's also not close to too much danger. Gogthal immediately becomes an easy target. Or not Gogthal, sorry, Lioneth. Gogthal is fine. Laris would probably fall pretty quickly. It's right on the border of 2. Yeah, I don't actually want to try to grab their cities. I don't think. We already have their trait and everything, and the extra resource points would be useful, but let's just not. Instead of doing it, let's not do it. But what I will do is just, yep, see, little stealthy armies revealing themselves as we run past and then reverting back into the darkness. There's a lot of stealth army stuff going on here. I'm gonna manual in case of additional stealth army nonsense. Okay, that's as secure as we're getting. Nope, no backup. Okay. This guy has a lot of health. Right, I do appreciate him going after my hero instead of all of my vulnerable ranged units. Hooray, look, I'm helping. 20 influence for fighting people my allies are at war with. Even if we are not part of that war ourselves. This is just a living neutral village? Oh, right. This is a thing. The Morgar can resurrect burned neutral villages, I believe. They have a whole mind control thing. It's very weird and complicated. And then I'm just gonna grab some ruins that are nearby here. Defeat an avenging army for 35 grass silk. Oh no, I'm about to be avenged upon. Oh right, I can't initiate. It was nice of them to do it. The capital gets to aid in my defense here. And lo, 35 grass silk was earned. We should probably be running Dustwater. Should probably be making double money off of our trade routes, given how good trade routes are at this point in the game. Yeah, it's good to have friends. In a broad general sense, trade is very powerful. Where now? This is locked by... yeah, dust gives, dust takes. I don't even remember what that quest is. What is dust gives, dust takes? Oh, just visit the ruins. Okay. I did it. We got ourselves an army of Nidya mercenaries. And they're gonna come back here, I guess? We could garrison them in some of the forward buildings, maybe? Oh, and that was my 25th quest. Okay, we have access to the Breastplate of the Pure, which, to be fair, is an upgrade. Right? 168.52 versus... yep. Oh, you can't do that in your allies' territory? Really? I thought I remembered that you could. Alright, well that's fine. So I guess I'm actually going to run these units over this way. Like, we can garrison spare units in the cities at the front that might be in danger if war should break out in a really harsh way. So yeah, we got that. I mean, these units are terrible, but if they're just sitting inside the garrison, they look like any other unit, right? They're just a number on the nameplate. The AI doesn't necessarily know that they're bad units. Okay, now comes time for the chomping. Uh-oh, is it winter? It's a very ominous sound. Well, the good news is winter, I don't think, affects our plan at all. It's definitely going to have more of an effect on the people who are moving units around right now. Oh no, that sound was us shifting eras, right? Oh hey, my Nidya get to serve as backup, I think. Okay. Borders have been closed to us. That makes sense. The Broken Lords also producing dust at an incredible rate. I'm fine with that. We've reached the end of ages. No more ages for me. Do I want security more than fortification? I don't think so. Once upon a time, the answer to that question was yes. Back when the Forgotten were still in the game. Alright, we did it. Hooray. Can't get the message boxes to close. The Urkins we've tamed are strong, no two ways about that, and the dangerous lice armies vanquished. Now we are ready to begin protecting more of Auriga's heritage before the snows turn the surface into an icy tomb. In the long silences, I begin to discern the voices of others more clearly. They are singing, a rich tapestry of music composed of many threads, each telling a piece of Auriga's history. In my mind's eye, I see glittering cities of chrome and glass lancing up to the heavens, citadel-like eyries on snowy peaks, a band of hunched survivors trekking a devastated wasteland, each a remembrance from the Mycaran collective. I feel the stream of visions is a conversation, but I still lack the insight to follow the nuances, and the images come to me unexpectedly, jumping between long-separated eras like the attentions of a capricious god. I don't think those that were once Wildwalker or Morgar or Endless or whoever retain much sense of their own identity, and I feel the same thing happening to myself. The deeper I dive into the Mycaran collective, the more closely I can follow the symphony, the further I feel from my old self. I was a Vaulter, a Vaulter leader. Something terrible happened to my people, but I forget the reasons. I only remember the fear and terror. It doesn't matter, it's over now. I'm sure the collective remembers anyway. Now my purpose is to spread the Mycara far and wide. Dispersal makes us safer, protects us from the whims of disaster. Most of all, as the unending winter threatens the world, it helps us preserve Auriga's past. I am Mycara, and Mycara is me. Like the others who've come before, I must help preserve the story of Auriga. We must ingest a city. Overgrow a city and integrate the Conquered's faction trait. We will earn a kernel of plentitude, which would be pretty okay for us. So, my assumption here is that this requires us to take a city from a faction whose trait we do not yet have. We don't have Brown's trait, do we? Maybe we could trade a city off of them? I see they're winning their war against Red. Maybe we could get a city from Brown. I don't know how we're going to pull this off. Alright, scientific specialization has some value. We just have to hope that like maybe one of the cities that they just took is really low value to them. I do wish that like the bar is certainly a way of visually representing this stuff. Okay. But I do wish that they would just show you like numbers, like here's an idea of the cost. So Kared, Tame, and Golquin. Because if we could just look at numbers here, then we wouldn't have to do this weird dance to figure out what we could potentially buy. Golquin, Tame, Kared. Okay. Yep, Golquin is a crappy necrophage city they just took. That makes sense. Kared is actually in the middle of their empire, and it looks pretty big. Yeah, wow, that seems like a really good one. I mean, Golquin's quite large as well. And then Tame. Okay, Tame is up here. Also quite large. Has Red Sang inside of it. This one also has some Palladian. Golquin has no meaningful resources whatsoever. I mean, it seems like Kared would be pretty nice. Now, I don't necessarily want to give them all of our everything. But, you know. So this would be 100% of all of my resources plus my newest tech. But it gets us where we're going. And, you know, we'll build those resources back up. I'm doing it. Gets us where we're going, like I said. So, we are integrating their trait, which is plus industry plus science on sea, river, and lake tiles, and free embarkation. Which is not, like, it's fine. So, next step of our faction quest in 6 turns. I thought I had positioned myself such that this was going to be done this turn. Well, I guess it's fine that it's not. It gives us a turn to rebuild. Oh, hey, we actually get all three of the different Irkin's lice designs. That's neat. It gives me a turn to just like really overflow a ton of industry, and then we'll try to make the living lab happen next turn, maybe, if we can buy the resources for it. I do think this was a good idea. On the whole, this is powerful and it's going to help us make our faction quest happen, but gosh, it was expensive. So, oh yes, we do need to start research. So maybe we can pursue a wonder victory. If we're trying to pursue a wonder victory, then the science tech to work on is probably endless alloys, but if we're not trying to get an end game, if we're not trying to get a science victory, maybe the smart thing to do is to just veer off of these end game techs entirely, because like we don't have industrial processing or borer's guild, both of which are going to be amazingly powerful for us, right? Let's grab those and then we'll see. Wow, okay, just science, but quite a lot of it. I don't really know what to do with you. So, like, winning a city off of the Vaulters in combat would not have worked, because we have already taken a Vaulter city. We already have their trait, in case you were wondering why I didn't just do that. Because we could certainly snatch a Vaulter city. There are places where they have some that are just laying there empty. All right, let's rebuild our resources a little bit. I do not wish to fight my friend. I'm just trying to stop next to this ruin. Okay, some science and dust and stuff. Again, all of this is going to be very valuable in actually putting together the resources necessary to build anything at all in our city next turn. And we ended up with an awful lot of land here. Declare war or cold war on an ally or break a truce for 200 dust. Why? Why? Who would do such a thing? Especially at this point in the game, in this situation. Seems very silly to me. Alright, who else still has movement left? The Nidya and the Irkin. I'm allowed to garrison units in an Irkin, right? We have that thing. Okay, I can garrison them in an Irkin when it's in, like, stationary mode, probably. I cannot have them join it as an army. Well, alright, so what do I want them to do? I guess we are just going to garrison them in the city. That's fine. Like I said, once they're inside the city, it's impossible for the AI to tell what they are unless they plant a spy. But I don't know if you can plant a spy in an overgrown city. Actually, it might be immune to that. Not that it would necessarily be a smart thing to do in the first place. The tribe that has settled comfortably in these ruins is unhappy with their ugly new overlords. Wow, judgmental. Capture the indicated fortress held by another empire in Horlocken. No, no thank you. You are going to remain under their control. Yeah, I am shocked that Blue is having such a hard time sealing this up over here. I don't want to have to come out there and help you. I'm busy. I have other stuff going on. And also, declaring war feels just very dangerous. But here, we'll trail these blue armies over here, and we'll see if we can maybe provide them with a little bit of assistance. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I think... Are you allowed to use allied units as reinforcements in battle? Probably not, right? Some war games do that and some don't. I think this is not one of the ones that does. I was kind of wondering if we could just leave our armies nearby and have our guys show up as reinforcements. Wait, why could you not search that from... No, you totally could have searched that from where you were. It's not interpreting my clicks as being in the tile that I'm clicking on. Search. There we go. The Morgar have... Oh, yep, of course they have. We gave them all the things that were necessary for that. Well, I do not mind helping out my ally most of the time. Most of the time, I'm fine with that. Found ourselves another quest. Get 23 population or more in one of your cities in 15 turns. Okay. We did it. Hooray. Yep, definitely just build that there. So... don't really know what I want you to do right now. I guess back up a little bit along the road. We might want to pivot south here. Rich silt produces extra food in water tiles. We finished that. We got ourselves our industrial processing. Borers Guild is coming along. All right, and we have enough money to probably be able to buy our way into producing the resources that we need for the actual buildings. So here we need to get to 1010. Here we need to get to 2510. And I mean, we can trade resources off of our friends, obviously. Very high demand for almost everything. But the Adamantian is absolutely doable. I guess we had a little bit. I didn't need to buy 10. So let's just go ahead and get the production line out, and that'll help us rush through the other stuff real fast. Do I want to... I probably want to do some industry rollover at this point. Just like plow as much industry through this stuff as I can. Okay, Blue is finally sieging Glanda. It looks like they've eliminated the garrison that was in there. So, okay, all of this stuff should fall to Blue relatively soon. But we probably do not have to help them. I think you're doing exactly what you ought to be doing for the turn. You need to find another ruin to pick up. Destroy all the bathyspheres in Shirel for the bathysphere design. I don't even want that. They're moving around under the water all stealthy. Well, maybe not that stealthy. But I don't want your stupid design. You know, I am a little worried that they're going to break our control of that ocean region if we don't fight them, though. So we probably do have to. After we pick up Borers Guild, what are we looking at next? In terms of industry stuff. I guess there is Advanced Quarry. Do we have... I assume that'll only work in the home region, in the region where the city actually is. We do totally have a tile that has all of that, has a strategic on it, though. Alright, I think we're good to just move forward here. We haven't bought anything with pearls. I've been very careful about not grabbing too many pearls. Here, let's move these boats down into a position where the bathyspheres can come at us in an attempt to keep them from attacking the fortresses. I'm just gonna not make a lot of decisions here for the early part of the thing. That's not what I wanted. It is wild how much it misinterprets your clicks by when you're still in the hitchy part of the turn. Okay, so we're obviously gonna have to buy some resources before we can start building things. The bathyspheres have attacked us, which is no big surprise. Just trying to give the AI time to clean up their stuff so that we don't have to deal with quite so much. Oh, wow, really? 222, 91 attack, 86 damage. Huh. I was not expecting to lose the battle. Well, you should all stick together at the very least. The morale is still a thing. There's not really much I can do on the first turn. Like, they're gonna get their attacks off. Once they've risen, once they are no longer submerged, we can fight them for real. Oof. Landed the stun. That's a shame. Yeah, okay, I guess I get it. We're having a really hard time dealing damage to them. And our defense is very poor, so they're getting damage and a half attacks off pretty much constantly. Well, the good news is they probably don't heal. Neutral armies generally do not heal. And the other good news is I can probably build a lot of naval units very quickly, so we can just replace that. But if they break my fortress cover, it is going to be a problem. Other people could swoop in and grab our fortresses, and there's not a way we could stop them, really. All right, looks like Blue's got this front under control. We probably don't need to contribute to the war, which is good news, because it turns out I have other wars to worry about. Let us... Oh, who's dead? Red? Yep, okay. That makes sense. We hadn't been looking at the war with Red, but it was obvious that things were going badly for them. All right, so pretty soon, the world is just going to be my coalition and also green. So, they had to spend their action point that turn. This is why they've not broken this yet, but they could totally break this next turn. So it may be the case that we have to produce ships really quickly. My current ship design could use some upgrades. But it does make them expensive. Yeah, we don't really have the good gear. I will say that the fire is profoundly bad at attacking those units. So probably we do want to switch to the lasers. 24 attack, 12 damage. Yeah. Let's make it a laser ship instead. You can actually see the differences. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the resources necessary to produce a ton of these. We could buy some of those resources, but they're not the most immediately pressing thing. So first of all, let's try to get to 15 adamantium, which we can't do here, but we might be able to do off of one of our friends. You have used all of your adamantium. Okay. You have some for me. I have technologies. You don't want any of my techs. Yep, you don't want any of my stuff. It turns out they're feeling pretty fat and sassy on account of somebody gave them everything in the world. Okay, well, we will not be building that this turn then. Is there anything on the market? There's titanium. All right, well, ships it is. Yeah, I'm going to buy the last one. I'm gonna take it all. And I am going to buy the 7 of this that exists. We only need 2 in order to get our automated production going. We can probably trade 2 off the Morgar, right? They want the titanium really badly. Well, too damn bad. I need that. That's mine. You can have my hydromial and like a little bit of something else. Probably dust. Yeah, a little bit of dust on top will do it. A lot of jockeying over resources in the late game. Okay, so that lets me build my automated production, which is obviously fantastic for us because we have a lot of total terrain. And then we can still jam out some fire ships. Get a couple of upgraded fire ships going, and hopefully that'll do. Is there glass steel? There is glass steel. I'm going to buy all the glass steel as well. That'll let me get one more fire ship. And then we're still just rolling industry as much as we can and waiting for our faction quest to move forward. I'm gonna trust that the Vaulter armies are under control. We're gonna go over here and we're just gonna keep searching ruins because I desperately need the resources from them. Okay, we got Ziri's Band, which is a hero-only stealth item. Obviously, not that good. What is this? It's a pair of those huge titans. And Lore Master Jawardine with totally base stats. Weird. So I don't know if we would beat that army. To be perfectly honest with you, those wardens are, or those titans are terrifying. 277 defense. Yeah, I'm not going to attack that. Can I make it back to my own territory? I cannot. But what I can do is just like run across Rayet. And you know what? If they attack me and I have to retreat, we won't actually lose any units on the retreat. So we're all above half. I think it's fine. Maybe you just live here? Maybe this is just your deal now? Now, you know what? You live in a position that is not adjacent to Lilac territory. We'll back you up. That's where you live now. Okay. And I'm not in a super hurry to finish Advanced Quarry because we have other stuff that we're going to try to build next turn anyway. Yeah. Okay. I am a little surprised, given how things have gone over the last, 40 turns, that it kind of seems like returning to a Wonder Victory might be the path forward for us, but I legitimately think this is probably the case. Or just waiting for one of our allies to win a Dust Victory and carry us on their back. But, I like to win. I consider winning for... Us actually winning is a major victory, and us winning because an ally won is a minor victory. I would prefer a major victory. They both count, but I would prefer a major victory. Alright, 520 dust. Nothing to sneeze at. I have no idea what those guys are doing, and they're making me real nervous. Alright, what is this request? A commercial agreement in exchange for Plow Factory. No thank you. Alright, lots of our boosters are coming to an end. In particular, the Titan Bones we care about quite a bit. Definitely get me another 100 fortification for my city. So we're quite short on resources for building a living lab. We're not that short. It's actually 4 titanium and 5 hyperium. Huh. I'm a little surprised to see those submersibles not breaking our control of the ocean region. I mean, certainly I'm fine with it. Can we just purchase the things we need? No, we cannot. In fact, I am going to buy all 3 of the Hyperium. Also, there are no Titan Bones left, so we're just going to have to wait on the Titan Bones. That's a real bummer. Okay, there's quite a bit of Dust Orchid remaining. Maybe we should grab that. We need to get to 25. Well, we should buy what's here. Next turn we'll be on it. Probably, assuming that we are not at flat 23. I'm sure we're at 23 point something, right? So what are we going to build this turn? I have no idea. We'll go and interview our neighbors for their resources in a moment here. Please be a big cache of something valuable. Not so much. Not so much, that one. All right, 3 turns until we've got this set up. Our brown and blue are still friends, right? Nothing about this war has changed? Okay, everything is still cool. Oh, blue is at war with green now. Green is at war with everyone now. Okay, we may have to pitch in on some of that. If we can actually completely... Oh yeah, because green has eaten a huge amount of Vaulter territory. If we can eliminate green from the game in this situation, or at least significantly weaken them, then the only players that are left are players we're allied with. And it's over, you know? So we may have to betray someone here. It's fine. We picked a side long ago. Okay, so if we could get 4 titanium and 2 hyperium right now, we could start building a building that is actually meaningful to us. Oh wow, somebody just gave you so much hyperium. Weird. Weird, who would do that? So if I could get 2 of this from you and also maybe 4 of that. And then, oh, you have Titan bones, huh? We probably cannot manage that one. Well, they wanted Plow Factory. Nope, now they don't want Plow Factory. Now they think Plow Factory seems terrible. They would love for me to declare war on green. If I make a formal war declaration right now, we could wring a lot of resources out of them. Can I get my 2 Dust Orchid? And then a bunch of titanium and a bunch of hyperium. Like, actually, kind of a lot. This is a good way for us to generate diplomatic points, huh? Just trade the same resources back and forth over and over again. That's compelling. Does declaring war on green right now put me in very much danger? So green is adjacent to a lot of my stuff. But they don't have any armies that we can see. The city that we can see is looking pretty weak. Brown's got a ton of units nearby. So yeah, green's forces are mostly focused in that direction. Going to war with green is potentially dangerous on the ocean. Although blue has all these fire ships and stuff. Yeah, green's losing control of oceans already. I do have a smallish concern, which is that once we run out of other people to chew on, my alliance may go to shit as these people with these huge armies keep looking around for ways to leverage their huge armies. So I do have some concerns, but I think I'm going to take this deal. Let's just get into it. Okay, things get very exciting here in the final rounds of the game. This gives me the ability to pop both of these boosters again, which I feel very strongly about. And then we are 3 turns off of the next step in our faction quest moving forward. There's a lot of military forces over here that will be marching through my territory presently, and hopefully they'll help protect it from, you know, the thing that might occur. And I might want to move my Urkin. Like, I don't actually care about Lioneth all that much. If we're going to defend anywhere, I think I want to be defending up here. Okay, so, Sharon, begin the construction of the living lab tools, right? Instead of a climatology guild? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Double our science output. What is my plan? I don't know. It's still very unclear to me. Out of curiosity, if we look at our faction quest here, okay, there are no more steps to phase 7. Phase 7 finishes in 3 turns, and then I'm sure we're going to be told that we need to build the Kernel of Plentitude in our capital. And that's, you know, it's pretty solid. What do we have? 5 total cities? So it's an okay building. And then it'll probably be, we'll have the ability to build the Wonder and get out that way. But also, once our living lab tools are up, we're producing nearly 5,000 science per turn without even a single body devoted to science. So, you know, we might still be able to just go for the science I don't know. There's a lot of waffling going on here. We'll figure it out, probably. That said, do I want to stop now or at the beginning of next turn? I guess let's call it here. Yeah, that'll be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we will team up with our apparently terrifying wrecking ball of a coalition and try to knock out the last opposed player in the game, and then hopefully just rejoice in our shared victory, or maybe end up getting devoured by the Broken Lords. That also might happen.